Jo,
Yes.
do you know what to do in an emergency?
Of course I do. And I've got a grab bag.
This is really great because actually I have one too. And so welcome to day 7. Today we are going to talk about emergency kits and grab bags and what exactly ought to be going into one.
Cool. And I've brought mine here today to actually show you what I've got in mind.
This is excellent. So before we start looking at all the different items, one way of actually talking about these is by grouping them into 5 kinds of categories. Makes it a little bit easier to actually get to grips with all the bits and bobs. So number 1 is first aid. Number 2 would be light and comms. Then we have tools and personal protective items. We have shelter and warmth, and we also have food and water. So let's go through these in turn.
Okay. There's 5. And I hope I've got everything here. I'm sure I have, I think.
We're going to find out. So we're going to start with first aid.
Okay, first aid. I've got a first aid box. This is waterproof. You can actually pick fabric ones up as well. I've just got a basic first aid kit in. They're really essential wherever you go to have a first aid kit.
Yeah, absolutely so. And one thing to mention is that obviously first aid should also reflect your capabilities. So a good first aid kit is really important.
Yeah.
Number 2 would be light and comms.
Okay, so I have my trusty big torch with a big battery in. But of course, if the battery then runs out, I have got my wind-up torch. So quite easy to do. You wind it up, and you can pick these up quite cheaply now. As well as that, the comms, I've got my radio, so I can actually tune in, listen to what's going on to local radio. And the good thing about this is it's also another wind-up one that I can use, and it's also a torch as well. So that's good. I've then also got my light sticks. So these are good. You can snap them. You can use them for light, or you can use them to call for help.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the topic of calling for help, you also have...
Oh, yes, my whistle. So it's really important, and I've also got a whistle on my lanyard. But you can actually blow the whistle to call for help.
Yeah.
So this is really important.
It's a tiny little item that can make really, really big difference. Yeah. So then we're starting to talk about tools and personal protective items.
Yeah, I've got a face mask. I've got some rubber gloves. I've got hazard tape. And I've also got duct tape. Yeah, duct tape, you can fix anything with this.
Absolutely.
So yeah, well, I'm having that here. And also a spare pair of glasses.
Absolutely essential. If you're like me, wouldn't leave home without it. Absolutely. Then we get into shelter and warmth, because especially here temperatures can be quite punishing.
Yeah. So I've got a blanket. Of course, if the blanket's wet, it's good for warmth. If it's wet, it's not very nice. So, but I've got a blanket for warmth. But I've also got my silver blankets that you can pick up really cheaply. It's what the sort of runners have when they finish off to keep the warmth in. And then I've also got my bivvy bag that you can actually climb into. It's really colourful so people can see where you are. It will also keep you warm.
That's it, excellent. So then the last item is food and water.
My favourite. I've got loads of chocolate in there that I continuously
Rotate.
So, but also as well as that, I've got bottled water in here that I can use, and also cake. This is sort of survival biscuits. That you can buy. But then if I run out of water, bottled water, I've got my purifying tablets for water, so they're quite useful.
Yeah, they're easy to pick up anywhere as well. Yeah. And obviously personalised items are really important as well, which includes...
So, I mean, I've got some ropes at the front, and a throw line, in case people get in trouble in water. But I've also got notepad, pens, I've got a compass, I've got my household emergency plan.
Very important. Yeah.
So it's got my contact details and contact details for me to ring, all written down here, and also my insurance details, so I know who my insurers are to ring if I have to evacuate.
Excellent. I mean, pretty much everything is there. What you put in your grab bag is obviously up for you to determine and pick the items that are most sensible to you. We've produced today for you to do the challenge for today is a grab bag bingo. So if you look down below again at the video, you have the download links. Download the bingo and see if you can match some of the items that we suggest go into a grab bag and see if you match them. What would also be good is if you can actually take a picture of your grab bag, just like this one for instance, and then share that with us on social media.
Yep, that'd be great. And don't forget to use 30 days, 30 ways, UK
Hashtag